So let's say that you have done the recent exercises, you have removed any extreme fear, worry, anger, and so on. You have learned to not be so hard on yourself. You understand that you can always accomplish more, and it's totally fine to not have accomplished everything in this game. But now what? Are you bored? Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying yourself? In this video, we're essentially going to talk about simple little mindsets that are going to be a good foundation in everyday life. It's essentially going to be about ways of thinking, ways of seeing the world, so that life can be enjoyable. You know, you always have a moment. There is always a time of day. It could be the morning, or it could be night. Maybe you stay up late. Maybe you go to bed early. You know, maybe you eat the things that people would consider healthy. Or maybe you eat things that could arguably be unhealthy. Maybe you don't exercise as much as you maybe should, or maybe you exercise too much, or maybe it's perfect. I want you to recognize if you're being hard on yourself for any of these things. Because now we have taken care of the extremes, the things that really can take you down. But right now we're talking about just a plain day that can become whatever you want. And throughout the day there is many small little experiences where you can have mindsets, and these mindsets can lead to worry or frustration or overwhelmedness or a shock when it comes to choices or what to do. And I want you to understand that there is no right and wrong. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to go to bed at 10 o'clock. If you want to stay up till 4 in the morning and eat French fries, you can do it. And if you have tried doing that, at least when you are in a good place, you have probably noticed that it is impossible to have that type of experience unless you stay up till 4 o'clock. It's totally different than staying up till 1 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and you simply cannot have that experience unless you stay up till 4. And you might have tried it, and you might have learned that it was a very good experience. Maybe you watched a movie, ate French fries, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine. The same goes for exercise. When you do it, follow your joy. Do what you want to do. I want you essentially to recognize that there is no rule book when it comes to this. You do what works for you. Try not to be hard on yourself. Try to recognize if the things you are doing is because of some crazy rules that you have heard about and you believe them, and now you're living your life within a confined fence that really doesn't have to be there. And I'm not just talking about staying up late. I know that some people really don't want to do that, and that is totally fine. But there is a big world out there where we can put up a fence. And I essentially just want to remind you that there is no right and wrong. It's totally fine. Whatever it is you want to do, you do that. And if it turned out that you didn't like it, then that's totally fine. Then you do something else. Do whatever you like, whatever you want. Now, let's say that you took some time and you thought this through. Can you see how that can do wonders? We're talking about something pretty big here. We're essentially talking about everything that can happen throughout the day. We're talking about the experience that you might have when you're eating and you think that you have to chew your food 60 times. You really don't have to. I mean, it's going to benefit you, possibly, compared to swallowing it whole and unchewed. But if you're getting a little too crazy about stuff like that, then maybe you're missing out on something that is going to benefit you more. Something that really makes the experience more enjoyable. If you take a walk and you're too concerned about how many steps you get in, then you might be missing out on a very lovely experience. You know, if life is going to be a really enjoyable experience in the moment, we can't have too much weird things going on. Too many rules, too many fences. It's okay to draw the line, absolutely, but we must be aware of what we're doing. You know, keep the bigger picture in mind and have a good look at ourselves, good self-awareness, and we might recognize some chains or some fences. Sweep them away, cut them off, take a deep breath, remember where we are, and learn to stay in that place of freedom. Learn to live there. Get used to staying aware, recognizing what we're thinking, what we're believing, and master staying there in a place of freedom. The way we can really get on top of this is to stay aware. We need to have a good sense of what freedom is, and a good ability to recognize what lack of freedom is. Essentially, you would just recognize that you are either in or not in a very enjoyable life experience. Essentially, we want to recognize what it's like to have a good time. And then we want to stay aware, want to use our intent to have a good time, and then cut away any type of behavior or belief or choices, whatever it should be, that we recognize in a moment, and understand that we're not talking about being wicked here now. We're not talking about being wild. We're talking about not being crazy. We're talking about being free, but not in the sense that you become a barefoot type of guy walking around barefoot all the time. You know, centeredness, be down to earth, but just learn to recognize if you're doing something that is hindering you from being in the moment, in freedom, in a place where life is good, where you are fine. And if you have no control over this, then you can naturally understand that you're easily manipulated, you are not so very present in the moment throughout the day, so you can see how this is a very essential exercise. Exercise of being aware. Exercise of recognizing higher frequencies from lower frequencies, and having the ability of letting go. Just letting go when you catch yourself doing something that is hindering you from being free. It's going to take time, it's going to take some effort. Obviously, you understand that you can't accomplish this in 10 minutes because you have 24 hours in a day. So the exercise is definitely going to take 24 hours minus the time it takes to sleep. Right? You can have tremendously good accomplishment when it comes to this part of the game, to be free. Now, if you have benefited from this video, kindly consider becoming a supporter. Abundance, health and prosperity to you all. Thank you so much.